A computer made from living brain cells? This is News Review from BBC Learning English, where we help you understand news headlines in English. I'm Neil.
And I'm Georgie. Make sure you watch to the end to learn the words you need to talk about this story.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to help you understand the world in English. Now the story.
Scientists have created a computer system which uses living brain cells to complete tasks. The computer, which they call BrainOware, can recognize voices and do mathematical calculations. Experts think this technology could make AI more human-like.
You've been looking at the headlines, Georgie. What's the vocabulary people need to understand this story in English?
We have biocomputer, lab-grown, and brain-like.
This is News Review from BBC Learning English. Let's have a look at our first headline.
This one's from K News. Biocomputer using human brain tissue achieves voice recognition in latest AI enhancement.
So this story is about BrainOware, which is a technology that uses real brain cells to do things like recognize voices. We're looking at the word biocomputer, which is made up of two parts, bio and computer, but when we put them together, Georgie, what's the sense?
You're right. The word is made up of the prefix bio and the noun computer. Bio means life or living things, so the study of living things is biology. And the second part is computer. Well, we all know what that means. So biocomputer means a living computer. The living part here is brain cells. Sounds a bit futuristic, doesn't it?
It does. It sounds like some kind of Hollywood sci-fi movie. So a biocomputer is the combination of electronic hardware and real living cells, brain tissue here. The word bio features in lots of different words though, doesn't it, Georgie? Can you give us some examples?
Sure. So when you're talking about the environment, you might hear words like biodegradable, which means that when you throw something away, it can be broken down by living things. Or biofuel, which is a type of fuel made from living things like plants.
Okay, let's look at that again. Let's have our next headline.
This one's from Nature. Biocomputer combines lab-grown brain tissue with electronic hardware.
So this headline tells us a little bit more about the brain tissue that scientists are using. We're interested in the vocabulary lab-grown. Again, it's got two parts and we need to understand both to get the full meaning. Let's start with lab. What's a lab?
So lab is short for laboratory, a science lab. So it's that place you might find scientists in white lab coats doing experiments and looking through microscopes. What about grown?
Yeah, so grown is the past participle of grow, which means get bigger. So if the brain tissue is lab grown, it means that it was created and got bigger in a science lab. Now, to be clear, this brain is not a real human brain, is it?
No, the scientists did not take the brain tissue from a real person's brain. They created it using a type of cell called a stem cell. But it's not just brains they grow in labs. We also have lab-grown meat.
Yes, so lab-grown meat is meat created by scientists in a lab. There are no animals or farming involved. And you might also hear about lab-grown diamonds, a scientific process to create diamonds. Okay, let's look at that again. Let's look at our next headline.
This one's from the Financial Times. Scientists use brain-like tissue in advance for biocomputing research.
This time we're focusing on brain-like. Again, there are two parts and they're both very familiar, brain and like. But the like here is not like as in I like chocolate, is it, Georgie?
No, when you hear a word with like at the end, It means that thing is similar to the noun it's connected to, but not exactly the same. So here we have brain-like tissue, and we're saying that tissue is like a brain, but isn't a real brain.
Yes, and as you said earlier, AI generally is becoming more human-like. And that doesn't mean that it is a human, it means that it's behaving more in a human way. Another example, Georgie, I saw you the other day wearing a very smart business suit. You looked business-like.
Yes, well, actually, I was on my way to interview a very important person, so I had to look professional.
Yes, it's important to be business-like in that situation. Let's look at that again. We've had biocomputer, a computer made of living tissue.
Lab-grown, made in a science laboratory.
And brain-like, similar to, but not a real brain.
Watch more news review on our website and learn how to talk about world events in English.
Thank you for joining us, and goodbye.
Bye!